Okay, here we go. We're starting David versus Clutter, my project on how to eliminate the clutter in my life. So first of all, I started doing this video and I got interrupted by my friend Colin calling, so I talked to him, and then what happened? Oh, and then I got an email or text message from Shafatu, this girl in Ghana who keeps trying to scam me out of money. And see, then I worked out, I made some coffee, got on the internet. Now I'm listening to Brendan Burchard and Evan Pagan. There you go. Do their thing on the beautiful course I'd like to do, but I think it's too much stuff. So I've been putting off on it, but it keeps sounding like a great idea. Then I can show you all my clutter here. So this is a project, a little embarrassing to show people my clutter, but that's it. There's me. I've got my Just Frickin' Do It shirt from T. Harbecker. Here's my workstation in my bathroom. So I put my computer here while I'm showering, getting ready, so I can listen to stuff. Here's my yearly event board calendar. I track days that I don't drink at all on, my sobriety days, my seminars, the days I work out, etc. Well, okay, so just the clutter stuff. I mean, physical clutter, I got things here, a bunch of all my attitudes of wealth from T. Harbecker up here. I read those every morning. Never work again declarations. Interesting things. My Save Tibet flags. Here's my morning routine. I come in, I do this, my 90-day wealth conditioning program. So you do one page a day. Day 8. I've gone through this. It's like 90 days. So you do an attitude of wealth. You do your opposite, your beliefs around money, your clarity of intentions, and then at night you do 5 successes. Acknowledge your 5 successes, and you read those attitudes well. So these are things I do every day. So those are habitual things. Make my coffee, get around. But the whole point of the thing is that, yeah, my room is a little bit cluttered. I'll just show you real quickly. I don't want to show you too much because I'm a little embarrassed about it. And so what did get in my way? That's what I'm looking at. What gets in my way in my life of getting this project done? So I decided I would just do it. I was going to write it on the board, what got in my way. But I said I'm just going to make the video. So here's the video. Here's my table. I come to in the morning, using my computer on here. And I had my coaching call this morning with Victoria from Results or Reasons. And in that coaching call, I realized she asked me the question using my own system. I've got an internet site called selfinvestmentprograms.com. Self-investment is an investment that always pays off. So in that coaching call, basically she asked me what's getting in my way of launching my new Defeat Goal Deficiency Disorder project, getting that into a product. And I said it was my disorganization. She said she coaches hundreds of people who are creative and have great ideas, and their clutter and disorganization get in the way of them actually getting anything done. I was talking to friends last night about this, and basically they just said, just throw out all your stuff. We'll come and help you do that. And I said, well, that would be great, but then it'll just come back unless I get at the root of the problem. Just by trying to change the fruits, I got to change the roots in order to change the fruit. So I sort of felt hopeless and like they weren't really being supportive or didn't get the root of my problem. And I've got a lot of explanations for this clutter, like parents were depression-age parents. I just turned 56 years old, so born 1955. Depression-age parents who, my dad was a farmer and saved everything because he could use it for something, and a lot of the stuff he didn't use, but if he threw it out, the saying was, well, as soon as I throw it, then I'm going to need it. So these are the kind of things I'm trying to get out and get rid of. So I'm making this video as hopefully other people who have these similar problems, that I can get at the root of this problem and get rid of it and overcome it, or at least defeat it, or put it in check. So they say don't say things like a problem, call it a challenge. So my challenge is my mindset, and I'm looking at, not my mindset, I don't really like that word anymore, it's been overused, but I like the T. Harv Eker's blueprint. I've had a blueprint where I had parents who didn't organize, didn't keep their clutter, and they kept things for a number of reasons, mostly because they were poor and didn't feel like they could get them again. And I see, what inspires me every time I see a person who's wealthy, they always say, let's have one thing on my desk. I got a clear desk. I work on one idea, and so they're able to maintain focus. So here's what gets me distracted. So obviously I'm a little distracted in this film, but so let's see on my desk. So what I got here, I'm looking at Larry Gowen's Dream Big and Wake Up Wealthy Boot Camp in a Box. So I got all his stuff here, and that's about getting real estate on the internet. This is just I haven't made this up. This is just what's here right now. And I just ordered Psychology Winning, an old Dennis Waitley thing that I listened to on cassettes a long time ago, loved it, and thought it was on sale, so I got that. I got Stephen Pierce's More Money, More Life, making money on the internet using information products, great thing. And so I just copied this as his PDF file, listen to his stuff while I'm in the van. Oh man, probably 6 or 7 times already. So I do listen to CDs all the time while I'm driving around. This is my little book here that keeps track of my internet log. When I do stuff on the internet, I log it in there so I can sort of remember what's going on. Got the ink, Entrepreneur Superstars. This is a thing I just thought that I'd like to review. This Time Paradox, Philip Zimbardo. New Psychology Will Change Your Life. And just talking about the way we conceive of our past, of present and future, and which is the best way to actually live a happy life. Which he says basically is be in the now, and enjoy the now, but also remember to set goals and have a future, so that you don't just live sex, drugs, and rock and roll and die an early death. Having a future remembers that you have to do stuff and keep, you're going to live tomorrow, so you can't just burn it all today. And I've ordered some Nightingale. This came along with Psychology Winning, Earl Nightingale's classics. Love him. So that's what's happening. And every day I'm doing a results or a reasons coaching through T. Harv Eker's coaching. Victoria Morales is my coach. So I set up a weekly goal thing, and then what I do is I set up a daily. This is my system. I get a thin notebook so I wouldn't keep getting. So I got my daily goals. I got my daily habits. Then I have my daily. I try to do 3. I call the 3 big rocks, and I can explain that later. And then I track how many I actually did my commitments. Like this day I had +10 and 0. So I did everything I said I was going to do. So +9 minus 0. And then I report that on the internet to Victoria. And then once a month we check in on a weekly basis. I also set new weekly goals, and my weekly goals this week, I talked to her this morning about it. I've got to fill out some IRA papers, and I've got to find my 3 IRAs, and then talk to my financial planner Rocio tomorrow and get that paperwork filled out. So those are things that I've got to do today, besides make this video. Here are my 3 little friends that keep me company. These are pistachio nuts, and I just drew faces on them. I thought they were pretty cool. They hang out there with me when I'm feeling lonely. I look at them. Okay, here's just piles. This is different folders of stuff that I got coming in here. Client notes. I'm a therapist for Contra Costa County, Children's Mental Health. Okay, this is my internet stuff. I'm doing a course called The Occurring Course with Morty Lefko. Fantastic guy. The beliefs we have inside ourselves that are limiting ourselves that we create as a kid. And what I do is practice every hour. So I practice an hour. I look at what's happening and try to just describe the reality of it. Then I look at the meaning that I give to it. That's called the occurring. And that meaning is what gives you your feelings about things, positive or negative. and just the reality is just what it is. It doesn't mean anything, and the meaning we give to it creates our feelings, emotions, actions. So I'm using that and trying to apply that to my life also at this time. So you can see I have a lot of stuff done. I've got this book called Living Sober, which I think is a great book, one of the best I've read. It's not like I used to drink every night, a couple of drinks, and I drank a lot in my lifetime, and am in doing days of sobriety, periods of sobriety, till I can say, do I ever want to drink again in my life? That's a question, and I may choose that, and I'm not 100% decided on it yet, but I just know that I'm trying to lose my belly, and alcohol is too many extra calories. It makes me a little slow, dull, and takes my will away from me. So, okay, the idea here I got was I'm going to make this into a YouTube video posted on YouTube called David Conquers, or David versus Clutter. Just like David versus Goliath. My sister named me David after she heard David and Goliath's story when she was 4 years old. She's older than me, obviously 4 years older. So that's what I want to say today. So the number one challenge is this clutter thing. And so what we decided this morning was Victoria gave me a coach who is a person who is an expert on organizing stuff. She said she has her own clutter. She's a recovering clutterholic, I guess we could call it. And so she didn't feel she was the best coach for that. So one secret we got is how do you get things done is if you can't do it yourself, you got to get somebody else that knows how to do it to kick you in the butt and get you going. At least give you the guidance to tell you what to do, and then you got to do it. So there's no getting around taking the actions. So this is part of, I want to see if people find this valuable, and if they'll follow my story, I'm going to transform the clutter in my life. Well, I'll show you one last video that, like, it's not like I'm like a super hoarder, but I see those hoarder movies, and man, I'm sort of on the borderline there, so I don't want to get into where I'm old and can't walk through my house, and my stuff falls on me, and I'm buried under my clutter. But here's my one solution to clutter was get a bigger bookshelf. So guess what? I got a bigger bookshelf. Look at it. So I got that's what, 4, 8, 12 foot long floor to ceiling bookshelf full of books, folders and stuff. All valuable stuff, of course. From Alex Medosian. He's great. Marketing, Piranha Marketing. Joe Polish. To this is my internet living or international living stuff. Thinking about looking for relationships. Another thing I'm doing. Looking at maybe living in Latin America. My Brendan Burchard's Experts Academy stuff. This stuff is just basic notebooks, files, tax files. One of my roommates, Harley's here. For his kid, it's broken and I can't get it out of there. My old carpentry construction books. Used to be a general contractor. These are all little tools and stuff here. My little wine cellar, which is just a cooler case. It's not full of wine anymore because I'm working on not having that around. And then there's the kitchen stuff. Counter's pretty full of stuff, spices, things like that. Okay, so that's about enough of my clutter stuff. This is walking out here, golf clubs, 1, 2, 3 bags, and a carrying case. So just learning how to play golf also. Okay, so here it is. So follow me on the YouTube to find out how David defeats clutter through coaching, finding the principles that underlie it so it doesn't come back. Hopefully this will be of use to you, and it's part of my self-investment programs.com, which is the investing in yourself is an investment that always pays off. So I'm using these ideas that I learned to transform my lives, share them with others to transfer their lives. One last idea is that I'm doing all this, and eventually we'll turn this into a coaching or information product once I find the principles. So that's called intentional congruence. Everything in my life is finding great ideas that help change people's lives and live life so I can master my life. The 4 masterpieces to a masterful life is an alternative title for my book. Okay, Signing off for now. We'll continue. Bye. Thanks for watching the video.